Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 brawlers in the meta right now. So we did this over a month ago now, so I thought I'd do my last impressions on the meta before the new update, and then also releasing a tier list around Sundays. So make sure you're subscribed because around 63% of you are not subscribed already. So before we jump into it, make sure you're using a creator code. That'd be greatly appreciated. And without further ado, let's jump into the top 10 brawlers. Okay, so starting off with number 10, we have Jean. So Jean has gone from all the way from number 19 when I last did the rankings to number 10. The main reason being is because of how strong he was in the recent finals. In NA, he was the 5th most banned brawler, and in EU, he was the 4th highest win rate brawler in monthly finals. So it just goes to show that a lot of pros do rate him, especially when you're banning him out so consistently and when he has such a high win rate. But again, there's multiple reasons as to why I think he's so strong. There was other brawlers that could have got in the top 10 as well, by the way. You know, brawlers like Ash, Bell, Russ are also equally as strong, but I just think Jean just edges it just because of those stats that I just said, but also just because of how strong he is in multiple game modes. Literally on every single Brawl Ball, Bounty, Gem Grab and Knockout map in the Power League rotation, you can easily go Jean. If you've got the Vision gear and the Speed gear, he's such a monster. He can counter so many different brawlers. Every single tank he can counter just because of one little shot, which will scout out literally the entire grass. Any brawler with Speed gear as well, you're going to counter. You know, brawlers like Leon or Sandy as well. If you have Jean, you're just going to counter him so easily. So he's such a strong brawler in the right hands, so make sure you're using him well. Okay, so now coming in at the 9th best brawler in the meta right now, we have Max. So Max has gone from number 13 to number 9. She's so strong in this meta. She synergizes with basically every single brawler in the game right now, and in EU she was the 3rd most picked brawler in monthly finals. Just going to show like how strong she can be, because you can pretty much put her in every single combination. Literally synergizes with everyone, and there's only really one brawler that fully hard counters Max, and that's Crow. And a lot of the times Crow is banned out in competitive, so Max can then just become such a dominant force. The only game mode she's not the best in is Hot Zone. She's good across every single game mode right now. She's a really strong mid in Gem Grab. She's even been used lane sometimes in Gem Grab. Really good mid in Brawl Ball, and again you can literally pair her with everyone, and especially because of brawlers like Jean, also such strong in the meta, she makes for just such an imperative brawler around. Okay, so next up, as the 8th best brawler in the meta right now, we have Lola. So she's gone from the 14th position to number 8. There's a couple of reasons why. So again, using stats from the monthly finals, in Asia she was basically used everywhere. In EU she was used the most out of any brawler in the game right now. Like, that is actually pretty insane. And in NA as well, she was used the 2nd most out of every single brawler. So this just goes to show her power across multiple modes and maps, especially in a Power League format. You want to be using the brawlers that are really, like, in general strong against most things, not easily countered, and that's where you call these type of brawlers flex picks. Lola is definitely the definition of a flex pick, because she's just good going into pretty much everything, and that's why I can always rely on her in Power League. I think she's a strong brawler in literally every single game mode, maybe except for Bounty, and still in Bounty I see her used sometimes in like Shooting Star, for example. And the main reason why she's so strong, because of the damage output. Overall, she's got really good range. Like, her range is surprising most of the time, and also that gadget is just insanely broken. The freeze frame gadget allows you to get so much control on the map, allows you just to waste so much ammo with the enemy, and if you get it in a good position, you can just absolutely shred them. Okay, so next up, as the 7th best brawler in the meta right now, we have Bo. So Bo's last placing was 7. He still remains as the 7th best brawler in my opinion. Main reason being is because he's so versatile. Not many like immediate hard counters out there. Like, I won't say there's a specific brawler that can absolutely hard counter Bo, so he's pretty much good against every single matchup. He's really strong in NA right now. He had the 2nd highest win rate, and he was the 5th most picked brawler across monthly finals. So again, going to show like how strong he can be. His mines are actually super underrated. Like, even if you don't connect onto the enemies, like if they don't actually get stunned by them, at least you're wasting time with the opponents. Like, they have to go through a certain choke point, whether that's obviously getting hit by the mines or just having to slowly, you know, trickle them out. So at least it blocks them off from a certain point. It allows you to gain control of a certain area, and that's why he's so strong. He has a really good damage output, and a lot of the times it's actually pretty hard to just avoid his attacks. So Bo is a really strong brawler right now. Okay, so coming in at the 6th best brawler in the game right now, we have Crow. So Crow has gone down from the 4th best to the 6th best. There's a few reasons for this. The main reason being he's not as versatile as other brawlers, but he's still incredibly strong in this meta. So in the EU monthly finals, I believe he was banned the 2nd most out of every single brawler, and in NA he was banned the 4th most out of every single brawler. So it just goes to show that loads of people just find the Crow really annoying, and especially if you want to go certain compositions, Crow can single-handedly just counter the whole composition, you know, like max comps, like Leon for example. You could just literally go a Crow and you can just counter them so easily. And even on maps where you might not necessarily see Crow in previous metas, Crow is still being brought out. So even on knockout where he's not the best on, if the enemy team has like a Max or a Leon, you can easily go a Crow. So he's just so strong right now. He has one of the strongest gadgets in the game. It's incredibly broken, and just overall he's such a strong brawler in this meta. Okay, so next up, as the 5th best brawler in the meta right now, we have Squeak. So Squeak has gone up 1 place from 6th to 5th. The main reason being, again, because of the Power League format, he's so incredibly strong. So in the EU monthly finals, he had the 2nd highest win rate at 71%, and he was played the 4th most, and in NA he was banned the 2nd most out of every single brawler. So a few stats to back it up, but as I said, in the Power League rotation, he's so incredibly strong. So you might not feel like Squeak is the most brokenly OP brawler, like when it comes down to just individual ladder gameplay, but in the Power League format, as I said, he's so strong because of that gadget. The gadget is so incredibly broken, guys. At the start of the game, it can easily dictate the pace, and especially if you put this gadget in like any sort of choke point, you're going to be able to dictate the pace of the game. You're going to be able to get control of the map, and a lot of the times it just leads to like a domino effect because the enemy team just really struggle to get into the game because of Squeak. Okay, so next up we have the 4th best brawler in the game right now, and that is Penny. So Penny has gone from the 5th best brawler to the 4th best brawler in the game. Main reason that being is because of how strong she is going into pretty much every single matchup, and she's so dominant across every single game mode right now. So right now she was the 5th most banned brawler in the EU finals, and then when it comes down to NA, she had the 3rd highest win rate and also the 2nd most played. So a lot of these stats just go coincide with what I'm saying, because she's just so incredibly strong everywhere, whether she's banned, used or played. She's just got high win rates across the board. So the main reason why she's super strong is because her shots are just so easy to hit. Before, Penny had such a slow projectile, didn't really do a lot of damage, and she had a slow reload speed. So a lot of these things didn't really like matter because she just couldn't hit her shots. So now she has an increased projectile speed. She's going to have a higher damage output because you're hitting so many more shots. Her gadget allows you to counter some tanks as well, and her turret is so easily cycled because you're hitting so many more shots. So overall, Penny is such a strong brawler right now. Okay, so next up, as the 3rd best brawler in the game, we have Janet. So she's gone from 3rd place to 3rd place. She's still an incredibly strong brawler within the meta right now, and especially with her stats to back it up. So she was the 2nd most banned brawler in EU and had the 4th highest win rate, and in NA she was actually banned out the most. So most of the time when brawlers are banned out a lot, it just goes to show whether they're like really annoying mechanically, or they're just such a strong OP brawler that you can't counter it. So she's one of these brawlers for sure. She's so strong across multiple game modes, and one of the main reasons being is because of the gadget. The gadget is really toxic. It stops the regen of the enemies, and especially on the grassy maps, they can literally just scout out the whole bushes for literally nothing, right? All you have to do is click a gadget button and it does all that for you, which is kind of crazy. And as I said, like beginning of the games, you can just spam the gadget and just constantly stop the regen of the enemies, and that's obviously going to get you a lot of control. And also her super as well, that's probably one of the best things about her, because if you're really under pressure and you lose control, this super can help swing the tide. Like you can super up and just take down one of the opponents really easily, especially if they're low HP or haven't got some type of knockback. You can just get so much pressure with this. A lot of the times they've got to try and focus on avoiding the bombs in the air whilst trying to deal damage to your teammates, and it just makes for like such easy pressure. She's such a strong brawler in this meta. Okay, so moving into the 2nd best brawler in the game right now, we have Karl. So originally he was the best brawler in the game. Still think it's pretty tight between the 1st and 2nd best brawler in the game right now, but I think the main reason why I didn't put him as number 1, because it's a little bit easier to find counters in the meta, right, for him, especially brawlers like Colette and Surge are literally in the meta because of how strong he is. But still, 2nd best brawler in the game, that is absolutely insane. So the main reason being is because in the EU monthly finals, he had the highest win rate at 82%, he had the 2nd most played rate, and also he was banned out the 4th most times, which is pretty insane. And in NA he was played the most as well out of every single brawler. Just goes to show how incredibly insane he is. He's good at pretty much against every single matchup. He's got such insane control, and his super is so strong against so many different brawlers. I don't need to say much else. Karl is just dominating the meta right now. Alright guys, so finally the best brawler in the game right now, it has to be Bonnie. So originally I put her as number 2. Right now she is number 1. So many stats to back this one up. Across competitive and power league, she's dominating completely right now. So within EU, she was easily the most banned out brawler. So a lot of people just saying, oh, she's just too toxic, not too many counters out there for her, so you just have to ban her out straight away. Within NA, she was the second most banned. She had the highest win rate at 75%, and she was the second most played. So NA absolutely love Bonnie, and it just goes to show like how incredibly strong she is. She has such insane HP for a sniper, right? Above 7k HP, she can tank so much. And then even if you're getting countered by those tankier brawlers, because she doesn't have the most DPS in her cannon form, it's just going to feed her super. And then once you get her super, it's just insane. Literally just holding that super gives you so much pressure, because every single brawler on the enemy team has to be aware, because you can literally launch yourself onto them and get a free kill. There's not many counters out there for her, and as I said, like, she's just easily one of the most dominating brawlers right now. Her gadget provides so much value as well, giving you additional speed and increased DPS as well. Bonnie is just the ultimate brawler right now. Alright guys, it's going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know what you think of my new top 10 ranking. As I said, I did bring a lot of stats into this just because I feel like stats just back up my point even more so, especially when people question it. I do obviously look at competitive a lot of the time, and also just my stats in Power League as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. As I said, look out for the tier list on Sunday, and I might do a best build video on that before as well, so look out for that. So that's going to be it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed this one. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.